Hi, I'm Jaleesa Lynn with the digital team. To celebrate Black History Month, today we are speaking with one of MedStar Sports Medicine's most gifted orthopedic surgeons, Dr.Wiemi Douoguih. How are you doing today?
Doing well, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Great, of course, thanks for coming. So, Dr. Douoguih is the medical director for MedStar Sports Medicine for the Washington, D.C. region, the medical director for this beautiful new sports center in Lafayette, and also, among many other things, he's the medical director for the Washington Wizards and the Washington Capitals. What other sports teams have you worked for over your career?
I've been fortunate to work for a number of sports teams, starting with my fellowship training when I was with the LA teams, the Lakers, the Dodgers, the LA Kings, the Galaxy. That's where I really cut my teeth. And then when I moved to DC, I became an assistant team doc for the Washington Redskins, and then became the medical director and head team physician for the Washington Nationals, where I spent 8 years taking care of that team. Over the last 3 years, I've been fortunate to work with a great organization in Monumental Sports, taking care of the Wizards and Capitals, and our group also helps them with the Mystics.
Yes, great. That's an extensive list. So when did you realize that this was your dream to be an orthopedic surgeon?
Well, it's funny you asked that because I thought it was around the time I was in college, but then my mom one day brought a book into me that I had filled out when I was in first grade, and it said that I wanted to be a surgeon.
Aww.
So I guess I've been thinking about it for a while, but my interest really peaked. As a varsity lacrosse player in college, I'd seen some teammates that had torn their ACL, and I thought, man, this would be a great way to give back when I can't play sports anymore. And so that was really when I started thinking seriously about sports medicine and orthopedics specifically.
Right. Okay. So, how did you keep yourself motivated, and what motivates you today?
You know, I try to keep things simple. Try to take one day at a time. Try to keep it, not get too complicated with things. I think it's really critical. With some of the pressures that you have to deal with taking care of folks this is their livelihood and they're worth hundreds of millions of dollars. You just got to break it down and say, what would you do for a family member? What would you do for the patient in your office? And I think that's worked really well for me. It's helped me relate to the player. I try to be down to earth about things. I don't try to do crazy stuff. While I do want to maintain being on the cutting edge and try to offer the player the best possible care, I think that's really how I stay motivated. And the other thing is it's kind of, you have to pinch myself sometimes. I mean, taking care of these athletes, it's an honor to have them entrust you with their care when this is their livelihood and this is how they feed their family, and they're on the news and they have a lot of things going for them. It's tremendous being able to be in the spotlight and help these guys get back out there.
Definitely.
On the field and on the court.
That's great. And who do you consider your role model or hero?
I've got a number of role models and heroes along the way. I've been very fortunate. Dr. Frank Jobe was a mentor to me, who's since passed away. Great man, World War II veteran and former prisoner of war, who developed the Tommy John surgery. I actually got to learn how to do Tommy John surgery from him, the inventor. So that was truly an honor and privilege. I then got to meet Dr. James Andrews, who is another legend in sports medicine, has become a friend and a mentor over the years. And really seeing these people work and function has been great for me. And one of the biggest things is knowing that they make mistakes sometimes, and realizing that one of the biggest things about them is they never let the mistakes stop them from moving forward, and they always focused on the people that no one else wanted to take care of. So I had some great role models. And then, of course, I have to talk about my parents, who focused on education early on at an early age, and made sure that I was doing my homework and practicing the piano and playing my sports and being a good person. And so my parents have been a tremendous influence and role models in my life.
That's great. And so you are one of the few African-American head team physicians in Major League Sports. As a role model for African-American youth, what advice do you have for young adults today who might be watching this?
Well, it's funny. I don't often think of myself as a role model. Like I said before, I like to keep things simple. I like to make a connection with people. But I can't help but notice sometimes when I have a young African-American kid come into my office and they're saying, oh, you do this, that's great, I'd love to do that. One of the biggest things I tell them is, don't let anybody tell you you can't do something. I mean, I know that sounds cliche, but it's the truth. I mean, all along the way, I can't tell you how many people said, oh, you can't do this. Oh, you're not going to be able to go to that college. You're not going to be able to go to med school. You're not going to be able to get an orthopedic surgery. You're not going to be able to be a team doctor. And, every step along the way, I just believed in myself. And again, testament to some of the role models and people that I put around me. The other thing, perfect segue into the next thing that I recommend to kids, is make sure that you have good people around you. Don't get caught up in stupid things. Don't get caught up with people that are going to drag you down. Really focus on trying to find mentors and people that will help elevate your game.
Yes, That's great. Well, great. It was definitely a pleasure to speak with you today. Thank you so much. And if you want to learn more about Dr. Douoguih or to schedule an appointment, please click the link in the bio.